is Ladd Akins. I'm the Director of Special Projects at REAP. That's the REAP Environmental Education Foundation. Today is Saturday in August, and we're here in Palm Beach County at Singer Island, Sailfish Marina. And this is our third annual Lionfish Derby. It's a one-day event to see how many lionfish we can pull out of our waters and help minimize the impacts. Lionfish are a non-native species. They don't belong in this ocean. They're native to the Indo-Pacific, but they've been released through the aquarium trade. People have their pets, turn them loose, and unfortunately these particular pets were able to get together and reproduce and spread wildly throughout the Western Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico. So right now they're found from North Carolina to South America, all of the Gulf of Mexico. There's really nothing that's controlling their population, and they are consuming our native marine life at astounding rates. So we're very concerned about the impacts these lionfish are going to have on our native marine life. So lionfish here in this range get much larger than they're known to grow in their own native range. We've seen lionfish here almost half a meter in length. So we're talking over 48 centimeters. It's about 19 inches or so. And in the native range, they get to be about a foot. So there's certainly nothing controlling their growth in this range. And the same thing is happening with their numbers. You're really lucky to find a lionfish in the native range. If you're on a dive trip or snorkeling in the Indo-Pacific, it's a rare treat to find a lionfish. But here, the numbers are just exponentially higher than they're known from that native range, and that's cause for concern.
My name's Angie, and I've been diving for about 13 years. And I do a lot of different things when I dive. Sometimes I just sightsee. Sometimes I hunt for dinner. I hunt lionfish because they're an invasive species, and they're taking over the reefs. They're not only beautiful and venomous, but they're delicious to eat. And I also do underwater photography. I would say in the past 3 years they've exploded. We saw a few here and there in the last 7 years, but in the last 2 years they've gone crazy.
So we don't have native predators that are going to consume lionfish in numbers large enough to control their invasion, but we can and do. Lionfish are very good eating. They have a very light, delicately flavored flesh. They're good for you. And we're finding that a market for lionfish is one of the great ways to provide incentive for people to go out and remove lionfish. And even if they're not a diver or snorkeler, they can order it in the restaurant and provide that incentive for fishermen to target those rather than native grouper and snapper species that may be under heavy fishing pressure.
You know, it's hard to say. The reef organization does the fish counts, so they can tell that certain areas have fewer native fish than before, but I haven't noticed. But when you cut open the gut of a lionfish, sometimes you see as many as 9 smaller fish in their bellies, and they've actually been known to eat themselves to death. They get so much fat that it'll surround their organs and choke their organs out.
So today we had almost 40 divers out removing lionfish in a single day event. They started at sunrise and had to have their fish back here by 5 p.m. And just those 40 divers in this one day removed over 600 lionfish. It's quite astounding when you think about that, how many lionfish are out there and that they've been able to remove. So I would say this has been a quite successful day. Obviously, one-day events aren't the solution to the problem. We encourage people to remove lionfish whenever they dive or snorkel, and they're able to remove them. But this certainly did put a dent in that local population. So one of the great things about the Derby is that not only do the Derby participants get to go out and remove lionfish and compete for prizes, but the general public gets to come here and see what's going on and watch people scoring and filleting lionfish. And then Cod and Capers Restaurant was generous enough to set up a cooking booth, and they prepared lionfish for free for the public to taste. And it's been very well received. They had great comments on their preparations, and it's a good way for people to get to experience the fish. So along with removing the fish, this event also serves as a way to educate people and let them learn more about the problem and what we can do to minimize the lionfish impacts.
Tom LoPresto, we're from Cod and Capers Seafood. We're in North Palm Beach in the Crystal Tree Shop. We're here today for a lionfish tournament. They're catching lionfish to pretty much keep them out of the water and to people to come out so we can explain what's going on with the lionfish. And then they're catching it, cleaning it, and then we're making ceviche out of it. It's a very, very good fish.
They're pretty easy to catch?
Very easy to catch. They have no predators here, and even in their native habitat where they do have predators, a lot of fish are afraid of them. Because if you think about it, in nature, the dangerous species are the most colorful and ornate, and that is true with lionfish. So yeah, you can go right up to them. In fact, if you see several lionfish together, you can take a few out, and the others will just sit and watch you and wait for their turn.
Have you ever been stung by them?
I've been stung twice. It's pretty miserable. It's not going to kill you, but it hurts very badly for about 45 minutes. Hot water helps, scalding hot water, about as hot as you can handle it. But there are no known deaths due to lionfish stings, so they won't kill you. It just hurts.
Have you seen them other places you dive besides here?
In their native habitat, they're supposed to be in the tropical Pacific. Fiji, Thailand, even the dog likes lionfish. The Red Sea, they're not supposed to be here. And this is what we are having. No, Sadie. This is what we are having for dinner.
Yum.
So we have a derby series every summer that includes derbies from around the Caribbean, as far as the southern Caribbean and up the east coast of the U.S. And down in the Florida Keys. So this is our third year here in Palm Beach with this derby. The first derby ever was 5 years ago in the Bahamas. And now they really are spreading throughout the region, and it's a great way to really engage people in going out to remove the fish and helping to educate the public.